Hey guys, we're here live and we're here to thank you for being the most amazing group on Facebook with some of our admins and moderators here. We're going to have one more jumping in with us in a minute with Julie Miller. She's the one who is taking care of our Instagram group. So that's a new addition. But again, we just want to thank you for being amazing and say hello to you all and get some expectations for 2024. Evan, what are you going to say about all that?
I was going to say it's been a great year. We have over 5,000 members, and hopefully everyone enjoys the group. A lot of great events this year, and we have quite an interesting roster of things coming up next year. And hopefully we'll just keep growing. The chats are doing well. Everyone seems to be happy. We seem to have quieted down some of the negativity, and we want to keep it that way. So things seem to be going well. Thanks, Scott.
So Julie just started the Instagram page, and we're trying to get some more momentum on that, get some cool pictures, some maybe feet pics, whatever we need in there. Tell us a little bit about
there's no restrictions on that one.
Uh-oh, she walked too far from the router.
Yeah, you're breaking up so much so we can't hear you.
Go back.
Where's Sahil going? Doctor's office?
Julie, what were you saying? We can't hear you.
There are no restrictions on the pictures.
Real quick and grab my car keys. I forgot something in my other car, so I had to.
No restrictions on pictures. That's not a good thing to say, Julie. You know what some of these people are going to
I'll post what I want to post. So, but there's no restrictions as far as submissions.
But is there anything in particular that you're hoping for or that you're looking for?
I'm hoping for I want some funny content. If anybody can come up with some funny posts or funny captions, something like, I don't know, interesting. I was going to give you an example, but I clearly can't come up with anything funny off the top of my head.
How about
but related to flying in airports?
Yeah. So something funny you saw in an airport, not somebody's feet on the furniture. That's like not funny.
Yeah.
So like a cat in this kind of thing, like with the dog underneath the seat, like looking back at you, like stuff like that.
Yeah, something cute. And then if you can come up with like a caption, that's funny, then that's bonus points.
I wouldn't mind seeing, because a lot of people are flying this month to either see family or to requalify for 1K, just photos of different decorations that airports have up, because each airport has a different personality thing.
It's a good idea.
That's a great idea, yeah.
I'm picking the kid up today. I can make sure he takes some pictures on his way.
The kid.
Yeah, he's coming home.
I posted one the other day of the leg lamp in the United Club in Cleveland. So that one had some controversy attached to it, but
it's in a movie, so I mean,
I know,
it's reasonable. So talk about some of the events that we've had this year, because this group has definitely morphed into something, almost like an interesting family. We have our dynamics in the family. There's 5,000 plus people. We've started to meet each other in person, which is very different than just typing in what we think about each other or all the things that are going on. So it's been awesome. It's been, for me, I love meeting everybody. What have you guys enjoyed about the events? I mean, Colin was a host of one of them. Why don't you start, Colin? What about your event?
I mean, it's a great opportunity, great time to get to meet people. I think it was cool for me. The Chicago event, I'm pretty sure everybody lived in Chicago. So it was cool to meet a bunch of people who are also crazy enough to go to get status on United and enjoy some good food and drinks overlooking downtown Chicago. But I mean, Sahil got to win the award for best event of the year.
Two of them. I was going to get him next. I was letting you first, and I figured Sahil would have a lot to say. So.
No, I've definitely enjoyed hosting events. I don't think I've made it to any. I made it to one New York event or New Jersey event, and that I also made it to the after party because Level United lost our bags or delayed our bags, so we were late to that one anyways. But no, I've really enjoyed hosting them. There've been some really fun things that have happened and some really stupid things that have happened, but it's really been fun, and I've gotten to know a lot of cool people from this group and from the events, and make good memories, and have just really expand expand my family essentially. So it's been really fun.
Well, 5 of us here met on the first boat ride.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
and that was the boat ride that has not been topped yet.
Yeah. That the first one, I'll be honest, I don't remember much of, but there's good pictures.
There you go.
It was quite the event.
The second one was equally interesting. I mean, it depends how you define interesting.
Interesting for sure, but the unknown of the first one, and then Sahil disappearing in the middle of the night was.
I had a valid excuse. I have a doctor's note on that one.
There you go. So what do you think our new events can look like? What are the things that we got to ask everybody too? You know, throw stuff in the comments. What do you want the events to look like? Like when we did that survey, felt like 90% of the people said they just wanted to meet each other. Didn't matter where, when, and how, which I thought was awesome. It wasn't the food, it wasn't a boat, it wasn't a restaurant, it wasn't going overseas. It was just meet each other, and then where we did it was secondary, which is also cool to be at somebody's new restaurant or on a yacht. Those don't suck, that's for sure.
Well, Giannis wants to have an event in Southern California. He wants to
Nice.
talk about the
Ooh,
weather.
my
There you
time
go.
zone. Yes. There, now we're
He's
talking.
actually in Carlsbad, but he says there's a
Yeah.
lot of members in San Diego and La Jolla and those areas. So he
Yeah.
wants to figure out what the best venue and type of event to have is. So we'll see. And the best time would probably be the first quarter because everybody wants to get out of everywhere else in the U.S. to show up in California.
You know what would be an interesting thing that we could do if we did like San Diego is we can get a nice blend of beach and then we could go to like Temecula. They have this place called the Wine Cave. And so they built a cave underground and it's really cool. We can do a wine tour. We can go check out some wines. It's only like an hour outside of San Diego. Get like a full like vibe of like inland and the beach in Southern Cal.
Sounds good to me.
I like wine caves. You guys like wine caves?
I'd
Especially
invite
going
everyone to Eugene, Oregon, but I don't think we have anything here. Although we do have wineries nearby.
You guys have McMinimans, right? Isn't that up
Yeah.
there somewhere?
It's walking distance from my house, but that's just
Awesome.
a bar, right? I mean,
It's just a what?
it's just a bar and a restaurant. And it's,
No, McMinimans, like the golf course, like they have everything there.
maybe up in Portland. Our branch is just a
It's
bar
up
and a
near Portland.
restaurant.
Near
Yeah.
Portland.
I do have
Yeah,
a
it's
golf course
amazing.
by my house, but I don't know.
Do you have a pool?
Do I have a pool? No, I have a bathtub, but
Okay.
not a large one.
That'll work. We could do a party like at Don's house. The pool party was
Yeah,
great.
my party's pretty. I mean, my house rather is pretty. I mean, if like 6 people come in, 5 people are going to have to go out. I mean, it's not really big enough to host it. But
We need something in Texas. We had
We
one in
did.
Dallas. We
we
need
have
something
one
in
in
Austin.
Texas.
Yeah,
Now,
but the Dallas
Eugene
one.
does have the Oregon Bach Festival. If people are into music, and we get the Olympic track and field trials. If people like to watch other people run, but
The Oregon Bach Festival.
what have you sound? He wrote music. He was a guy.
I
from
know who
long
Bach
ago who
was.
wrote
Thank
music.
you.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had a festival celebrating Bach
yeah, every summer. It's renowned amongst Bach enthusiasts.
amongst Bachians. Yes,
Yes. If you wanted a Bacchanalia, that's where you would.
That's more fun. We also have the Naples event coming up in June, and that one, Matthew Pietrowski, because we have someone named Matt Pietrowski in the group as well. Matthew Pietrowski is working on that. He's planning some wine tours. He's planning some food tours. He's planning some scuba diving tours. So it's going to be quite the event. And the hotel prices have already shot up for the Renaissance Hotel in Naples at that time already. I know many people have already booked some people have booked their flights already. So it'll promise to be an interesting event. I know that Sahil's been swearing to do another boat ride, but I don't know if the group can handle it. So
I'm okay with doing another. I'm kind of open to what the group wants to do. I'm happy to host something in Ohio or in Florida at my house or something.
I think
I take that back. Not at my house, but near my house.
yeah, I think
Near my house is
Ohio
better.
is landlocked, so I don't know if that's really going to work for another boat party.
Yeah, definitely not for a boat party, but a nice restaurant or something like that. And, I think people should come up to Boca. I love Boca. It's where I live, and there's so much to do, and especially in the winter when up north it gets really cold. I can't think of anywhere better to be.
I'm not sure I've ever heard Ohio described as there's always so much to do there in the winter.
No, Boca. Boca,
Not
Oh,
Ohio.
okay. All right. All right. I thought we were still in
Ohio,
Ohio. It's like, really?
I try to avoid Ohio like the plague in the winter, but Evan's going there this weekend, so I'm going there this weekend.
Yeah, I'm gonna meet Sahil on Thursday in Ohio. We're gonna light up the town, whatever's left of it. So
Yeah, not
we'll
much.
see.
We'll close out the bars at 10 p.m.
That is true. That is true.
No, but Boca is beautiful, and there's lots to do. It's pretty quiet. Like it's lively, but it's still quiet at the same time. There's beaches and pools and nice hotels and all that kind of fun stuff. So, but it's like it's a little far from the airports, which is the only downside. But I feel like people are probably willing to drive and Uber and whatnot.
I was actually in Cleveland last week, and I met with one of our members, Kelly Janis, who runs the Marriott Ambassador Group. So we had a tour of the Christmas Story House, which was quite interesting. I think, Julie, you were there with Kelly, right?
Yeah.
You didn't go in, though.
We didn't do it, yeah.
We went to the bar across the street, which was fabulous. Had a great brunch and some good drinks.
Did she work out a whole tour for you too?
She did. She did.
That's
We had
awesome.
quite an interesting time. And it was entertaining. That's why I said the UC has the leg lamp there. So leg lamps seem to be a big thing in Ohio. You should get one. You should get a hairy leg lamp. But
I got half of that covered, but what is half you figure out.
I have to tell you, I wore this sweater
The
at the
United
airport,
Sweater.
which got the wrong way, which got a lot of attention at the airport because of what it says. So I actually had people from United Cargo give me their business cards. They want a sweater. People at the club in Newark and the UC want sweaters. They want to wear the sweater. They think it looks nice. I guess it looks okay. But
Did you get as much attention as Thomas Wong on his 6 a.m. flight in his mirror jacket?
I cannot believe he did that. But that was an impressive jacket. Cynthia still talks about that jacket. And Peter got these sweaters. So if anyone has any questions about them, Peter is the person to get in touch with. But MG's house, we didn't even talk about that. MG's event was amazing. It was really nice. It was tasteful. It was well done. People got to meet each other for the first time. In many cases, I met at least 30 people I'd never met before. And we had a wonderful time. And he may be doing it again next year. So he enjoys it. But he's threatening to do an event this year in the summer, too. So we will see. He may become a semi-annual event person. So we'll see what happens. Eventually, we're going to get an event a month that's going to be repeated, which will be nice. So we'll see how that turns out. I know we don't get many people that actually come to them, but the ones that show up are diehard people that you really want to meet. They're social. It's fun. They're friendly. And Sahil's gone. But it was great. I had a good time. Couldn't make everything. I made Las Vegas. I made New York. I didn't make Chicago because the ticket prices were out of control.
They went crazy.
Yeah, they
I
were.
literally was going to do it. It was like $650 for a direct from Austin. I was like,
it was about 800 round trip from Newark. And I would have to take flights at 7 a.m. and get there at some ridiculous hour at night. The Dallas-Fort Worth event could have been a bit more widely attended, but it was good. It was good. We had a nice time in the stockyards. And am I leaving anything out? The Yankee game was good. What else was there? And Peter's here. I don't know where here is, but he's
I don't
just
see him in here.
So he's not in the link yet. But anyways, so Southern Cal. Somebody in the chat said Southern Cal. Ed Milner said Southern Cal, please. So I will have a conversation with Giannis in the next couple of days and see. The difficult thing is
have we not had an event in Denver?
No one's. Well, there have been some small events, I should say. There's been a San Francisco meetup, but that was a local meetup. It wasn't publicized very widely. I think there was a baseball game in Denver.
Oh, okay.
There was a
that
baseball
might be why
game.
it was not on my radar, but
right. There were, I think, 4 or 6 people that showed up for the baseball
If
game.
we wanted to do an event in Denver and actually make it cost effective, because I do men's retreats and I do one in Monument, there's a 4,400 square foot house that's an absolute steal. And they have, so we could get, if we get a couple houses, like rental houses, could make it amazing. Because the price we paid for that was like nothing. And they have all the breweries there. It's near Garden of the Gods. We could do hiking.
Oh, that's a nice area. Yeah.
And it's only like an hour from Denver. It would be really easy to pull off and coordinate.
Well, there was also a Tampa event. I forgot about that. There were about 10 or 15 people that showed up in Tampa. And again, there have been lots of small meetings, people meeting up at the airports. So lots of little groups. But it was good. It was good. Denver could probably be bigger. San Francisco could be bigger. There's been talk about an LA event for almost 6 months now, but nothing's materialized in LA. So I think Eugene, Oregon would be a destination if we want to go camping.
A place you've never been. And we do have a nice airport. It's expanded. We have 2 baggage carousels now.
We actually had 2. Look at that. We actually had a member that showed up at a couple of events. Las Vegas, I forgot about the Las Vegas event. That was a very busy event. We had 3 different things going on that day. We met at the Mob Museum. Then we had dinner at a speakeasy. And then we went to the Neon Museum. So we ended up the evening at around 11 o'clock at night. And it was really a fun time. But the events, Lynn was great at the event, setting that up. We had about 12 people. And one of the attendees was Cindy Ray, who lives in a very difficult place to get to, somewhere, I believe, in South Dakota or North Dakota.
Yeah.
And she's always having her flights canceled. And she made it to Vegas, and she made it to MG's event. And
yep, she was on my plane. So she guested me into the United Club, and then in Denver, and then on we went to North Carolina. She was great.
So she had a great time. Everybody that shows up has a great time. Nobody doesn't have a nice time at our events, if they can remember them. But
Keep remembering them.
Yeah, Colin. Yeah, we won't talk about the rest of your night. Anyway, so Peter said he was going to get on, but I'm not sure if he actually made it. So anything else anyone wants to talk about regarding how the year went? Julie, you're very quiet.
I just wanted to say I just checked the prices for the Renaissance in Naples, and it's $500 a night minimum.
Yes, they were about $250 a couple of months ago. But
We're at all the scratch at Matthew's place. Yeah.
Let me tell Peter to click on the link.
He's got to click on the link so I can see him to let him in.
Yeah. Okay. So I will do that.
Just
But
speaking for a second about Instagram.
Yeah, definitely tell us about it.
Yeah.
So if you guys have pictures, I can't figure out how this camera thing works.
You're
Clearly.
good. You're good.
Yeah, you're good.
If you guys have pictures, send them to me on the either DM me on the Instagram page, which is UA1KGSMM. I know you're not going to remember that, or maybe you are. But there's a post out there somewhere, and I don't know, Evan, if you want
We'll pin it to the top. So let's
Okay.
let's get
I'm going to
that
put another.
post.
I'm going to put a. Who's that? I'm going to post something at the top and pin it to the top of the group with the YouTube and the other. Oh, there he is.
Look who's
Roughing it in
checking
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Listen, ladies,
Good morning, Mr. Barbunas.
what's going on?
Can you turn your camera sideways? There you go.
What's everybody doing?
Waiting
Just
for
waiting
you.
for you. We haven't said anything yet. We're just waiting for you.
Listen, I've been listening, okay?
Julie
you
was
don't mind.
talking
Okay.
about Instagram. We need to let her finish. So
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So send them to me on either the Instagram page, or you can just send me a private message on Facebook with pictures. If you tag the group on Instagram, then the pictures need to be screenshotted, and it's just not of good quality. And also, I want to make sure that the caption is what you want it to be, and that you want to be tagged, and all the good
Can
stuff.
you put that into one like perfect new post, and then we'll pin it so like all that in there? Because I mean, like it's probably all over the place, like our brains. It'll make it super easy.
Yeah, I think all that information is actually in the post, in the original post.
yeah, we just have to
And
read.
I'll pin it to the top.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Are we hashtagging any of our things, any of our posts? Are we doing because I noticed, I just looked at the one photo you put, Julie. Are we tagging United in it?
Yes. Do you want me to, or do you not want me to?
Why not?
Yeah, United's tagged and everything.
Yeah, they
Julie.
should be interested in United Airlines.
How did they United find out about your fingernails? No, I mean, when did you post it? Where did you post it when they commented on your fingernails?
Oh, on Instagram.
On your page or on their?
On my page, yeah. This was well before we had a page.
And they were following you and they saw it and they commented.
They weren't following me, and there's
Oh.
like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
very sad. I really need to get
Oh,
them
you
to follow
tagged.
me somehow.
Got it. Okay. So
I
you
got
tagged them and they saw
on
it.
my pages too.
What's that?
I got them to comment on one of my pages too. It took a lot, but I got it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was hoping I would get a comment with my outfit that I wore to MG's because I had the
Right.
nails, I had the United sweatshirt, I had everything.
That one where you're holding the plane. That's such
Yeah,
a good picture.
I was
love
really
that.
hoping, but
Julie, the best photo of you tonight was doing your makeup on Thomas's jacket.
On the jacket.
That was good.
That was a great photo. The lipstick, she's following Thomas around. That was nice.
Awesome.
That
That jacket was
was
special.
awesome.
That was an amazing jacket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and thanks, Peter, for capturing these pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a highlight of the evening, that photo.
Well, and then when you have all the women doing the makeup, that was very creative. Very creative. So
I
now,
mentioned to a few people that I was going off to this Christmas party for people who fly United Airlines a lot, and everybody's expression like, "But you've never met these people?" But I know them. I mean, you do get a sense
Yeah.
of people through the group and their interactions and whatnot. And I didn't feel like I was meeting strangers. It was more like putting faces to personalities that I already had a feeling for.
Sure.
And it was, I mean, it was maybe braver for my son to come because he's not in the Facebook group, but he had a wonderful time. And then he's like,
your son was great.
"Wow, yeah, if you ever have another one of these events," it's like, well,
Well, my wife didn't understand any of it till she came to the first event. After
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
event, she goes, "Now I get it." And I think that some of these people in the group will get it once they come to an event.
Mhm.
And
That
think
right there is the priceless comment, Evan, because I totally agree with you. Like, why do I want to go to some random Facebook group event? I mean, it's an opportunity. Like, it's that simple. Do you want to connect with some other people and go to a really cool event? And it's cool. I mean, I didn't know that. When I clicked and sent you my information about this group, I didn't think I'd be going on some random events with people. That was the last thing. I was
Yeah.
like, someone's going to tell me. This is what I figured. Somebody's going to tell me some loophole and something about United, and that's it. I think that's how you come in with something,
Mhm.
and then you're like, wait a minute, this is really cool.
Well, the way
So
I
hopefully-
pitched it to my kid was, it's like everybody in
Kid.
this group
My
has
kid.
stories. Well, he's my kid. I mean, so he's 29. He's still a kid.
your kid.
Everybody has stories, and there are people in our group who are naturally more talkative or whatnot. But even if you met someone who'd never posted anything, even a comment in our group, if you sat next to them and you began talking, everybody's got stories because everybody's been places, everybody's traveled, everybody has interests that require them to leave their house, whether that's personal travel or work-related travel. I mean, people had all these jobs that I had never considered even that was a job, and you hear about it and you go, wow, there's this whole fascinating world of a whole profession I'd never considered. And here's somebody right at the top of it who can tell me about it. And we had good conversations at that party.
Mhm.
It was quite fun. Could have used another 8 hours or so of that party.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Unless you're the host and you want everybody to go home, but
Fair enough. The host that's leaving at 5 a.m. the next day, yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah, he was on his flights, but he actually had a wonderful time too. So he
Oh,
thought it
good,
was
good.
he sponsored 3 or 4 events since then. He had the next day he had the
Special
Make-A-Wish
needs.
type event, which
Mhm.
was always to him very satisfying but very emotional. And then he had a few days later he had the first responders, and then he had a Ukrainian event. So he's been busy and getting attacked by the residents of his town too. So it's all in fun, but he enjoys it. Sebastian was great. I thought Sebastian was really an interesting kid.
I
as you
like
put it.
him. I like him. So yeah.
Yeah.
By
And
the
you
way,
know, he was teetering on the brink because he's sitting there in New York of going Delta, United, and suddenly comes my Million Mile Companion thing. And so I said, well, there's nothing wrong with Delta, but if you go in with United, you start at status, you start at gold. So And he's like, this is really nice.
And he got upgraded.
Yeah, he had a CPU clear from Newark down to North Carolina.
That's pretty
We
cool.
kept saying that never happens when you're gold. And he's like, well, I got mine.
Yeah, he
Did
was
you hope?
fun. There were a lot of interesting people. Peter met some people that live about a mile away from him.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was, and then Julie lives near Peter. And there are a lot of people in New Jersey that there are enough people in my area, which is the Morristown area, that we could probably do our own little event. I think about 20 or 30 people in this area. That might not be a bad thing to do some satellite events just because Austin, Scott, you have lots of people in Austin.
We absolutely should have done it. By the way, MG just said pool party and NC should be added to the list of events. But yeah, for Austin, we started looking at, I think what we need to do is just have little polls of who's really going to show up, because one of the problems with doing it in Austin is we needed to rent a bus up front and then secure. We're going to go to, they have like winery tours, and we've got all the distilleries now in Austin. You've got like Tito's, you've got Deep Eddy, you've got so many of them now, and they're all on this one road. So it'd be super fun if you're into exploring alcohols. Plus they have food trucks, they have bands. Like, it could be a fun time. And
None of our members drink, though.
What's that? Yeah, that's true. So
none of our members drink.
That's probably why the event didn't happen.
Yeah.
I mean, Austin's an amazing city. You just don't want to come when there's a big event, because we've got F1, we've got South by Southwest, and we've got ACL. You do not want to be here because the hotel prices are $1,000 a night instead of like 200, and then it's going to be just, you can't get anywhere. It's not even fun. It really is.
Hotel rooms. We can snuggle up.
Scott's got a cabin.
You can do
Scott's
that.
got a cabin.
I'll send all the naughty people out to the cabin, and the rest of you guys can come to my house because it's 45 minutes away.
While we have Peter, could you give us a quick preview of Instagram, Peter? I'm sorry, YouTube.
Hold on, I'm still laughing at Scott's comment. Hold on. Anyways, yeah. So like I put in my post, January 2nd, I'm going to have the new site go live. I got the storage capability now to store a bunch of data. That's going to go live December 26th. So if anybody wants to share, the way that's going to work is I'll put out another post out, tell everybody how to sign up to get into it. And then, you can start sharing your photos. Like I also mentioned, there'll be different folders in there for different events. There'll be on YouTube, you'll see all the podcasts will be on there as well. And then we can start doing, maybe every couple of months, we'll do like themed videos. So let's say for Valentine's Day, show us where you went for Valentine's Day. Not what you did on Valentine's Day, but where you went to Valentine's Day.
We don't
Okay.
want to see what they did on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So let's pin that post to the top too, so everyone knows how to access that. But the other thing is too, what length? Because I know you've done all the YouTube research and whatever. What length do we want it to be so that everybody watches it? You can kind of whip through. What is it? 15 seconds, 30 seconds? What's a good length?
We can do a couple. If people want to compose their own shorts, less than 2 minutes, that's fine. But then when we do like group events and everybody shares all their photos, we can do a 5 to 10 minute video.
That's cool.
And again, like I said, if you guys have, within the group, if you have photos that you need to make made into videos, I can make those for you. I have access to a lot. I think it's something like 100,000 background songs that I can use, that I have access to, that we don't have to worry about it being
Licensing,
copyrighted or licensed. Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
So that's right now, that's pretty much it is in a nutshell, that we're pretty much, we're pretty much there. I just once I get back home in a few days, I'm just going to fine tune the rest of it and we'll be good to go.
Nice.
great. Can't wait.
Hold on. Are you doing housework, Julie?
I'm leaving for the airport. I'm leaving for the airport in 5 minutes, and I need to water all the plants so they don't die while we're waiting for a week.
That was
What
a
are
great
you-
staircase behind you, Julie. Just a
Thanks.
second ago. That was a great spiral staircase.
It is a
Ooh.
nice
Yeah, it's really
character.
nice. One more
I
thing
actually was thinking of having a pool party here too at some point. And it looks terrible now, but
I like it.
can't wait. The Jersey people will show up for sure. One thing I wanted to point out, Julie mentioned the room rates at the Renaissance in Naples. I spoke with Nikki. She says she's planning on creating or renting a Airbnb or something to that effect because she's going to have a number of people. So if people want to attend, maybe a bunch of them can get together and actually Airbnb a 2 or 3 or 4
Yeah.
bedroom place. And then that way they can also save money on hotels. And
Yeah.
we're having today a 3:00 Eastern time podcast with Matthew Piotrowski, right, Scott?
100%.
To talk about
Yeah,
Naples.
an hour and 27 minutes we'll be talking to Matt.
So we'll talk to
Oh.
Matt and we will have, and someone named Beth Johannan Riley, who I think I met. She's
You
a
did.
travel advisor and can do a room block for us. So
Sweet.
we will see what we can do. We have a lot of amazing people in the group, people that are travel coordinators, people that do all sorts of different things. So we have a tremendous resource boat, and with a group rate. I always like the good rates, Beth. Thank you very much. And yes, I did meet her.
Hey, Evan, what's the name of the group again that that we can talk about like what we do in real life and share it, like, because we got travel advisors and stuff. What was it? What was the name of the group? The chat group?
Which one? The UA1K chat group?
No, the one for sharing what you do in real life, like
Oh,
your
the B2B,
business.
B2B
Yeah.
for small Bs. That
Yeah,
was
so if somebody's a travel advisor or whatever, like throw your information in there because, like, of course, we don't want to share it all in the middle of our group, but we definitely want to know what you do.
Yeah, the
I wish I
Jackson
could.
connection.
I wish I could.
well, you're being punished still. You're not. One day you'll be a good girl, Dorothy, but not yet.
I keep waiting.
The chat groups are doing well. We just actually got a request to create a golfers chat group the other day, and
Yeah.
that thing took off right away. We must have 50 people in the chat group already asking golfing questions. So if anyone wants another group, a legitimate group, we're not looking for those bizarre groups, but send a message to the admin request and we'll set it up for you. And if we get people communicating, that's great.
I like it. Well, cool. Sounds like 2024 is going to be pretty awesome. I'm excited.
Yep. And MG wants that pool party. I warned him several times, but he wants to do the pool party. So we will see how that turns out. And then I think I believe I heard Julie said pool party.
Yeah.
Right? She did say pool party.
Yeah.
Okay. So somebody wants to know what will happen to the chats that are dead. And that has to be a Lloyd question, but I don't know. We're going to go through some of the chats and we're going to see what chats don't have much action, and we'll move them to an archive because I can create another group called archive. Yep. And that was Lloyd. I will move them to an archive of the archive chats. And then that way people can go back and refer to them, but we're not going to delete them. One of the chats that started off really well was the physical fitness chat, fitness flying, but that seems to have just kind of leveled off and now there's nobody. So I guess nobody cares about that anymore.
No, everybody's fit now.
It's the holiday season. People don't care about
They
fitness.
finished fitness and now they're
January
done.
2nd, we'll start with the fitness again.
Fitness right now is how many pre-departure beverages can you get?
Yes. And they are delivering them on the plane. They're delivering them on the plane,
Elbow
which is nice.
bending, yeah.
The Prosecco is good on the flights.
There you go.
Anything else anybody wants to say? Because we're running this pretty long now. We're in 36 minutes.
Maybe Evan, if you wanted to talk about behavior that we hope to have in the coming year, just sort of a reminder to everybody to be
good finish. There you go.
Be kind and assume good intentions and think
Everything
twice before a
Dorothy just said.
snarky response.
Everything Dorothy just said. We've actually there's been some tumult in the group this year. We've had some people that were removed for being extremely unfriendly to other people, and we found that was causing some of our members not to post, not to voice their opinions, and that's not the intent of the group. The intent of the group is to give everyone a voice here so that they can all enjoy the company of others and get valuable information. And when you start jumping on people consistently, you will be reminded at least once or twice to stop. And if we get more complaints and arguments, you will be gone. There are other groups that you can go to where they enjoy that kind of stuff. That's not here. So we will absolutely keep an eye on that. We try to keep an eye on the chats too, but the chats are more free flowing, and people in the chats in some cases like to get into it. So maybe we should start a what is the movie that Brad Pitt did? A Fight Club chat. Maybe we should start a Fight Club chat and let people go in there and just beat each other up. I have a couple people I'd like to throw in right away, but
But I guess my other reminder to the group is that we are what 5,100, 5,200,
Yeah.
a lot of people. And I don't know how quickly Evan approves people, but I see requests from new members coming in, 10 to 20 people a day. So we have constant new members. We have constant people who are new to being 1K. And oh my.
You have your assistant up there, huh, Dorothy?
I have my assistant asking, can we spend this much to fix the car? Yeah, it's the car I drive. So, yes. You know.
Give me the car.
And so there will be people asking questions that somebody else asked and answered 4 to 6 months ago. But for the person asking that question now, it's a new question. They could be a new 1K, or the situation has never come up. There are people who travel domestically all their lives and do one international trip. And of course, they have a question that if you've been flying international as a 1K, you already know the answer to. If you want to stop and answer the question, that's really helpful. And thank you. If that question irritates you because you've seen it a lot, scroll on by. And there will always be things you're interested in or not interested in. If you don't like people's photos of airplanes or sunsets from the wing or whatnot, other people do like those things. So you can scroll on by and leave those things for the people who do enjoy them. And, with 5,000 members, you're not going to like every post or be interested in every question. So just wait for those things that come up that do interest you, and be kind to people asking questions. I totally agree that most of what people ask, you could eventually find by Googling. But the reason that people come to a group to ask their questions is, first of all, so they don't Google through all the wrong information as well. But also it's nice to hear from an actual person that what you suspect is right or is not right. There's value to a person that you know and trust, know on Facebook and trust answering your question, instead of what, a sponsored result from someone's travel blog on the first page of Google search results. So,
and really, it doesn't even matter why they do it. We don't even need to know why they do it. If somebody asks a question, just be kind to them. It's like, who cares?
Yeah. If you want to answer the question, answer the question. If you don't want to answer the question, you don't have to.
Don't answer the question.
So,
And you know what?
The Princess of Power has spoken. I just saw that title. That's nice.
When we were in North Carolina, Dorothy and I, when we were having a discussion about this, and you guys kind of know better because you guys approve what people post out there. But the questions that get asked the most, why don't we make like a 2 to 4 minute video to answer those questions? And then it'll all be on YouTube. You can just click it on and it'll answer all the questions that everybody asks all the time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you for volunteering.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a question like, how do I upgrade somebody else's flight with my points? That's a common question, but so easy I mean you obviously make a little YouTube video with a screenshot and how to do it. That would be super useful.
And maybe
if Greg Smith could do a video of the Greg Smith method.
Totally. We get Greg Smith to do that video. That's what you do.
I know. We should get Greg Smith to do a video.
And he would not mind at all wearing one of his fancy shirts. There was one thing that bothers me on the chat right now. It says messages get removed for no reason now. I don't know if that's true. I don't remove any messages.
I've been seeing that across Facebook and a bunch of other groups.
Okay, so it's not us doing it.
Okay.
No,
Facebook removing.
I've never removed anything from any chat. I don't know who's doing it.
I've been seeing that a lot. I got a message from YouTube the other day that something that I posted 2.5 years ago has been removed. And I'm like, why? And they wouldn't tell you why.
Yeah.
So it's not us. It's something that's going on at Meta.
I know I've removed over the past 6 months, maybe a total of 3 or 4 posts that were just not pleasant.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even posts, it was comments. So the posts themselves, I don't touch.
even the comments too. If we're starting a fight in the comment section, most of the time, if I see it, I'll just turn off the comment section. I won't even delete the
Especially when
comment.
there's a fight starting. Yes.
Unless somebody, makes an inappropriate comment, then your comment gets removed.
Right.
But I mean, we're not moderating
Responses.
your thoughts,
Right.
response. As long as you're not getting feisty.
Or a little fight is one thing. Just being a complete a-hole is a little different.
Yeah, if you're being a jackass, then it's a little,
I've only stopped comments on, I think, 2 chats in the last 6 months because somebody posted an innocent comment and people did not like it and they were just brutal. So I said, no more. It's enough. This person suffered enough. So just turned it off. He even messaged me and said, can you please stop? I said, I already turned the comments off. So, and it's to prove that we don't remove anything. We leave it there. I've had lots of people comment negatively about me. It doesn't get removed. It stays there. We've had negative comments about Scott and about other people, and they just stay there because it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is. We're a family of humans doing our best to hang out together and share information. It's no good or bad. It's just we're living life. Like, it's good. So let's end with that. And then we'll see Matt, in an hour and 12 minutes. We'll talk to Matt Petrowski.
Evan, you're muted.
Are you saying something? I can't hear you.
Evan somehow muted himself without muting.
I don't see it muted, but I don't hear him.
Great holiday. Enjoy it. Whatever it might be. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. Again, whatever it might be, enjoy yourselves. See you next year.
Evan, I think the universe is
Take care, everybody.
See you in person.
Love you guys. Have a beautiful day and New Year. Peace.